Hey, welcome back to the Crank channel. First of all, I'm going to ask you again, please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave some comments down at the bottom. It's going to take a collective effort on all of us to solve this incredible phenomenon of old age men and their crankiness. We need your support. So, I was getting organized for this, and I decided I needed to make a list. And I'm calling this list things that I get cranky about and piss me off. And much to my surprise, the list got bigger faster than I ever thought it would. And my wife has volunteered to contribute some suggestions also. So I think I've got plenty of material to work with. And unfortunately, might going in the wrong direction in terms of proving this whole concept, whether it's in fact valid or not. So, anyway, the first one I got here today, and they are no particular order of priorities or bothersomeness, bugging me, things. It's just a list. Anyway, first one is called shopping carts and other things at the supermarkets. Okay. Now, I'm the kind of guy who likes to go shopping. I know what I want, I know what brands I want. I tend to go to the same store, and so I know where things are. And if given the opportunity, I can just zip right through there, get in that checkout line, and be done. And that's really, really what I like to do because you know how shopping places are sometimes. You get there at the wrong time of day and the lines are long. Nowadays, there's a million and one and a half self checks and two people actually working there. And it takes a long time just to get out of there. It could take longer in line than it takes to do your whole shopping. And that's no fun. Anyway, my biggest complaint at the supermarket is carts and the people who put their carts in the middle of the aisle. I mean, that just makes me nuts. These aisles are, a little bit bigger than I can stretch my arms. Two shopping carts, one can go this way, one can go that way. We're following English rules. Stick to the right, go forward. Or no, that's the opposite. We're going American rules. You stick to the right, go forward on either side, and it's easy to get by. Well, there's always some people who take their cart and put it right in the middle and turn it around, and nobody else can get by. And they don't seem to care. They don't seem to realize it. And it's even worse when they go way down the aisle, so they're nowhere near their cart. And then sometimes there's people who even go around to another aisle and they left their cart there. And I think to myself, what is the matter with you? This is like driving a car in the middle of an intersection, stopping, getting out, leaving your cart there. You're just causing a traffic jam. Well, this isn't nearly as serious, but it's annoying. It's annoying. Now, I don't want to be mean or, well, it's not that I mind being mean. I just don't want to make a scene in the supermarket. I want to get home and be done. But at the same time, as I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, well, gosh, these people just aren't very, very nice about this. What if I just put a whole bunch of extra stuff in their cart? That would be kind of fun. They get to the checkout counter and they got to dig it out. They got to talk to the clerk and say, no, I didn't want this, and blah, 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 blah. And, again, just kind of waste their time like they're wasting mine. I also think about what if I just take their cart and move it around the corner and just kind of stand there, pretend to look at something, and watch them wonder where in the world they've left their cart or if somebody's stolen it. And, maybe they've got to start their shopping all over again. Um, but that feels a little mean too, but it sounds good in all honesty. Well, that's the worst thing that I think happens in their places. It's just kind of lame to leave your car like that. And I encourage people to think about it, move out of the way, realize that other people want to pass by, and that, you just don't do this. Well, the next thing that bothers me is the people who sit there and they will stand in front of a certain section that has maybe a choice of six or seven different brands, mayonnaise, for example, and they have to read the entire label of every single jar. I mean, mayonnaise is mayonnaise, but for some people, it's not. And I don't know if they're price shopping and comparing, how many ounces cost this much versus that one, and the ounces cost 1 penny more, 2 pennies more. Um, it's not fun to shop that way. So, gosh, you have to excuse me. There's this bugs going around all of a sudden. Anyway, that makes me nuts as well. And it can take forever, and I'm trying to reach in and get one, and they're absolutely oblivious to the fact that I'm there, and maybe they think I'm going to push them out of the way, and all I really want to do is grab my mayonnaise jar, put it in my basket, and motor on. Okay. Next thing is the produce section. The produce section. It's another place where people hang out, and I don't know what for. If it's not green, it's ripe and ready to eat, as far as I'm concerned. And you got the people who are going to pick through about 50 different sets of bananas. They got to touch everything. They got to squeeze melons. They got to squeeze tomatoes. They got to pull the lettuce leaves off, see what's inside. Yeah, there's some dirt inside. There always is. I mean, come on. It was pulled out of the ground yesterday, and yet they got to find one. They got to shake it out, and then they look around. Is there a place to rinse it off? Oh my God, it can take forever again. Potatoes. Potatoes. How picky can you be about a bunch of potatoes? And what is the perfect size for a baked potato? I have no idea. It doesn't matter. If I want more, I'll have two baked potatoes instead of one. And if I've got leftovers, I'll make hash browns out of it the next day. It's just not that complicated. The freezer section. The places where they got the freezers that open the door and they stay open. And again, they're searching, searching, searching. And then by the time they're done and they closed it, the whole thing is fogged up. So you can't see a single thing. You can't see through it. You have to open the door. You thought you knew where something was, but there's a mist and a fog all around you. Again, just for goodness sake, people, pull out what you want, take it, and move on. But again, they can't do that. So that's life at the supermarket. What makes it even worse is the checkout equipment. I don't know where the technology of that is, where it came from, but it seems to me you have to have somebody showing up at your place every 10 seconds because something doesn't register on the barcode, it doesn't scan right, you pull the bag out too soon, you put something on extra, and when it's all said and done, it takes forever. The poor person working there, they can't make anybody happy because there's 5 people raising their hands here, 2 more over there, and they probably need as many cashiers as they had before just to run all this. And this is just for people going out with 3 or 4 items. It can get easily screwed up. So it's a mess too. I don't like supermarkets at all. Um, if I could, I would go to a supermarket in the middle of the night, do my shopping, and be done in 10 minutes, and that would make me very, very happy. So that is one of the things that makes me cranky. If my poor wife is with me, she's liable to hear about my crankiness, and on occasion, I mention to her what I'd like to do. And of course, she doesn't like that because she's a very, very nice lady, and she doesn't think the evil things that I do from time to time. So I guess there's an example of being cranky that is valid. It doesn't hurt me to be polite and courteous one bit, but yeah, it. I bitch about it. So what can I say? So there you have it. I am cranky, at least at the supermarket, on a pretty regular basis. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. Next week we'll have something else to discuss, and I'd love to hear your supermarket experiences. I'm sure some of them are worse than mine, some of them are better. Or maybe you're one of the people who are, put your cart in the middle and leave it there and you don't want to say anything about it because you're embarrassed. Well, you should be embarrassed. So if it's you, don't write anything about it. Just move on to the next story and see if it fits for you or not. Hey, thanks for watching. It's been fun. We'll have some more laughs next time.